guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Claiborne. So today is my day to work in the medicine garden, and I thought I'd take you with me and introduce you to three of the plants that I find the most people friendly, because these plants have amazing tactile feel to them, and they are not only medicinal and helpful and friendly to people. You just want to touch them. They're a great way also, they're very safe plants, so they're a great way to introduce kids to gardening, so that, you know, a lot of people are tactile learners, and these are great just to touch. So let's meet these three plants. So this first plant, many of you may recognize, is lamb's ear. We'll move the mugwort out of the way. And you can tell just by looking how incredibly thick and absorbent these leaves are. So this plant can absolutely be used in place of a bandage. It has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and antiseptic properties. You can make a tincture out of it to treat pink eye. You can make a tea out of it to treat a host of conditions. You'll want to read and do that research for yourself. And the nectar from the plant, if you get a bug bite while you're out in the garden, you can pinch it off and squeeze out some nectar from one of the leaves and treat a stinging bug bite. It's a great plant to introduce children to gardening. Highly recommend this in your garden, but beware, it will spread. Last year I had no more than just the center, and you can see in just 1 year how it has spread. So it's a friendly plant as far as sharing. You'll want to share it with other gardeners. Now we'll move on to something else. And this plant is yarrow. So if you've never grown yarrow before, I want to highly recommend this too, especially if you're getting into even just the simplest of medicine gardens. Yarrow is a plant that back in the days when they used to fight wars with swords, the soldiers could actually grab a bunch of yarrow and crush it and shove the yarrow into a wound and stop the bleeding until they could get to the surgeon. It has an unmistakable scent. It's very strong, lots of flavonoids in yarrow. So it's great for stopping bleeding. You can drink it in a tea, and it has many health benefits. And again, I'm going to encourage you to do that research for yourself. This plant was started last year off of a sprig no larger than that, and in one season she grew like this. And I think again over here it was another plant, so that didn't spread. It's just that I think there was two small plants here, and I dug those up in the middle of summer and transplanted them, and they look how huge they got. So it's native to my area, so that may explain why she grows so well. One warning I will give you about yarrow is it is a sweat inducer. So last year I was dehydrating yarrow, and I had my windows and doors closed. It was fall, and I just started sweating profusely, and I had inadvertently created my own sweat lodge. So won't talk about any visions I saw, but it was a magic moment, and it was an educational moment. So this plant is definitely medicinal. So just be careful when you dehydrate, unless you want to have a sweat lodge experience. And again, you can't have anything better outdoors in an emergency to stop bleeding, especially if you combine yarrow and then use the lamb's ear as a bandage. Okay, one last plant. You all who have watched my channel probably know where I'm going next. And of course, my third plant for this particular video is going to be my personal favorite, Queen Mullen, my Mullen plant. So y'all know how that watch my channel know that I got sick back-to-back illnesses, upper respiratory illnesses last year, and I really don't know what I would have done without this Mullen plant. I made a Mullen strawberry tea And that really helped me get over my illness both times. This is a biannual plant, so your first year she'll be about this big, and then the second year she'll get twice this size and shoot up a stalk that is comparable to a corn stalk. That stalk will be covered with little yellow flowers, and your insects and pollinators flock to that stalk. She's just an all-around beneficial plant. She's just very inviting to touch. So if you have children that you're trying to get interested in gardening, this is another one. This is an absolute wonderful plant for people who love softness and getting to know their plants, getting up close and personal with their plants, because this is one that will invite you to reach out and touch her all the time. You'll have to look up all of the health benefits of Mullen for yourself, but just know that she is, she's hands down probably my favorite medicinal plant in my garden. All right, guys, thanks so much for sticking with me through this video. I hope you learned something. And if you already have a medicine garden, and especially if you have a favorite touchable plant, I would love to hear about your relationship with that plant. Much love and light. Stay healthy. Blessed be.